Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Hannah, and for today's look we're doing a gold half cut crease with a nude lip. I really like this look. I think the gold just pops on the lid, and I love the nude lip. This is one of my favorite nude lip combos. So yeah, make sure that you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which I'll always have linked in the description box, along with everything that I used in the video. And make sure to subscribe down below and give this video a thumbs up if you did like this look. Yeah, so if you want to see how to get this look, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I've already done this eye off camera, so now we're gonna go ahead and do the other eye. And for today's look, we're gonna use the Jaclyn Hill Armed and Gorgeous palette that she did with Morphe. And I'm gonna mostly use this palette, but I'm also gonna dip into the Ring the Alarm palette just for a couple shades in here. I'm gonna go with a M441 brush, and I'm going with the shade Access from the Armed and Gorgeous palette. And I'm gonna use this as my transition. So now we just have that shade roughly laid down. We're gonna go in with Agent, and we're gonna still use that M441 brush. And basically we're gonna put this right where we just put that accent shade. Rush and Mugshot from the Ring the Alarm palette on the same brush to start off. I'm just pulling this out with a little bit of access shade. Now we go with the M433 brush with the same two shades from the Ring the Alarm palette, and just put those a little bit tighter into our crease. Now what we're going to do, we're just going to cut our crease. I'm going to use a M224 brush with some concealer and just cut our crease. And I can't really talk during this, so the crease. We're gonna go ahead and go in with the Armed and Gorgeous palette and go in with this shade called Guilt Trip. And I'm gonna use my finger to start out and then go in with the brush, because I feel like these are kind of a drier formula, so I feel like you get a better payoff if you use your finger. So now for the brush that we're going to use, this is a M152. It's just a little, what would you call this? A flat lip brush? Flat shadow brush? Flat a packing brush that we're going to use, and we're just going to pick up that shade, and we're going to pick up a little bit of On Camera from the Rain the Alarm palette, and just spray our brush with MAC Fix Plus. And since we cut our crease before we did the shimmer shades, they won't get, like, you know how you'll put a shimmer shade on your lid and then every time you look up it kind of just transfers to your crease? That will keep it from transferring into your crease. We're going to do out the outer V, and we're going to use the Armed and Gorgeous palette and go in with Smooth Criminal and Prowl, which is just the Smooth Criminal is just a little bit of a darker red shade, and Prowl is just a chocolate red brown. So we're just going to put this on our outer V. I'm going to go with the flat definer brush, which you don't have to do this part. And I'm just going to go in with a little bit of Smooth Criminal and just kind of line where we cut our crease, or half cut our crease, so that it looks a little bit more defined. Go back with Prowl and just deepen up the outer V a little bit more. Like that. We're gonna go ahead and highlight our inner corner and our brow bone. I'm gonna use VIP from the Armed and Gorgeous palette, and this is kind of a icy color. I honestly thought this would be a little bit more pigmented, but it's kind of a drier shimmer, so you kind of really have to pack this on for it to even show up. Apply some mascara. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Lash Paradise and the Maybelline Sensational mascara. This L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara is one of my favorite drugstore mascaras. I feel like it gives you really nice length but also volume without making your eyelashes look spidery. And I'm almost out, so that's why I'm also going on with the Maybelline Sensational. So I'm just going to apply these off camera. For primer, I'm going to use the Urban Decay Rehab Makeup Prep primer. And this is just like a gel moisturizer in a way. So if you have oilier skin or a combination skin, this would be a really good primer for you. Or, I mean, if you want to use this as a moisturizer, you could. I just don't think it provides that much moisture. But since it is a gel, that means it's water-based. So it won't make you oily or greasy throughout the day. For foundation, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus foundation in Porcelain. Like I've said, this is one of my favorite drugstore foundations. So now I'm just going to go with my Real Technique sponge and just blend out this foundation. Now we're going to go in with concealer. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Full Layer Concealer in Eggshell. I just put this underneath my eyes. Oh, I don't know. I'm actually going to put a little on my chin. And where I have some blemishes, I'm just going to put them put some right there. We're just gonna let that sit for a few minutes and then come back and blend it out. Let that sit. We're just gonna go ahead and blend this out a little bit. So I'm just gonna lightly go over those. I probably should have done this before my foundation, but it's okay. I kind of forgot to. So now we're gonna go ahead and set underneath our eyes. I'm gonna use the E48 brush, which is a small setting brush, and go with my Maybelline Fit Me loose powder and just set underneath my eyes. Oops. Now I'm going to set the rest of my face with that same loose powder on a E2 brush. So I'm going to go ahead and bronze. I'm going to use the Anastasia contour kit, and I'm going to go in with this shade right here. It is a little bit warm for my skin tone, but I'm just going to go with a little bit on a big fluffy brush. This is the M527, my favorite bronzing brush. Okay, so now we bronze. I'm gonna go ahead and contour, and I'm gonna use the Jaclyn Hill times. Ooh. Okay, so now we're gonna contour. I'm gonna use the Jaclyn Hill times Morphe JH05 brush, and this is my favorite new contour brush because of the shape of it. It just gets right into the hollows of your cheeks to really give you a sharp contour, and it's also not so pointed like most contour brushes, so it really can blend it out and not give you such a harsh line, but still define your cheekbones. I'm going to go in with the Anastasia contour kit and go in with this cool tone shade and just go right into my cheekbones. And I always start at the back of my ear and bring forward. Or no, what? The back of my cheekbone and bring forward, not the back of my ear. I'm also going to contour my jawline, and I always contour my jawline because this is going to cast a shadow and really get rid of your double chin, you know, whatever you're trying to hide, just contour it. And I always bring down my foundation, my powder, everything that I do to my face, I do bring down my neck just so you match and you don't just have a line of demarcation from where your foundation stops and the rest of your skin starts. So now that we've contoured and bronzed, we're gonna go ahead and bake. So then I'm gonna go in with another Real Technique sponge and just go in my loose powder and just bake underneath my eyes, all the places that I usually would bake. So we're just gonna let that sit, and while that we are baking, we're gonna go ahead and brush off that powder on my nose for when we contour our nose, because when we wipe off this powder, it's gonna kind of show you where we're gonna contour. Okay, just like that. It might not be perfectly straight, but it's okay. We'll fix it when we do contour our nose. But now we're gonna go ahead and move on to our lower lash line. And it's gonna basically do everything I did at top on the bottom. So we're gonna go with the Armed and Gorgeous palette first. I can open it. And we're gonna go with the M506, which is just a small blending brush. And we're gonna go in with Access and Agent, the two shades that we used in our transition. And just blend that onto our lower lash line. Okay, and now we're gonna go ahead and go in with into the Ring the Alarm palette and go in with Mugshot and Rush on that same M506 brush. Okay, so now we're going with that flat definer brush, the M410. Yeah, and go in with the Armed and Gorgeous palette and pick up some of Smooth Criminal and Prowl. We're just gonna push this up against our lash line. Okay, I actually went ahead and lined my lower lash line with a brown liner, and so now we're going back in with the M506 and just take a little bit of Smooth Criminal just to blend out Prowl. Okay, so now that we have it like that, now that we've done that, I'll put on lower lash mask. Okay, I'll put on lower lash mascara after I set my face so that whenever we spray our skin, it doesn't get transfer onto our under eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and push the powder into my skin. Wipe off any leftover powder with the E3. And now we're just going to contour our nose. I'm going to go in with the E62 brush, which is the angled brush. I'm pretty sure this is made for nose contouring. But this is such a good brush for nose contouring if you are new to it, like me, and don't know what you're doing. This will make your life so much easier. So I'm just gonna go with that contour shade that we used on our face and just use it for our nose. And I'm just gonna start at my brow and just draw a line down. Which it looks a little crazy at first, but I will go back and blend it out. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm just gonna go back in with my foundation sponge and just kind of push that in just so it's not as sharp of a line, and it'll kind of blend in with our skin a little bit more. We've done that, we're gonna go ahead and highlight, but first I'm gonna spray my face with a little bit of Max Fix Plus, and this is just the coconut one. This smells so good. I don't know if you can still get the coconut one, but if you can, I would definitely get that one. This is just gonna help all that powder just to sink into our skin. I'm gonna use a little bit of Champagne Pop, I think, today on my Anastasia A23 brush. I decided to mix some of this Nicole Guerriero Anastasia palette, and this is, I'm gonna mix the well, I can't see what that shade is, but this shade and Forever Young. Okay, that highlight was a little bit more blue, I guess, than I wanted, but that's okay. It's a little too dark for me, but again, it's okay. We're just gonna ignore that. I'm gonna go with Forever Young and highlight my nose using this E36 brush. I'm gonna go in with blush. I'm gonna use the Milani Luminoso blush on the JH06 brush, another Jaclyn Hill Morphe brush. I've been so into blush lately. I used to hate blush, but now I love it. I love the way it just blends everything together. It just looks so good. And I need to try some new blushes, so if y'all know any blushes that you like, just let me know. I'm gonna spray my face again. I'm gonna use the MAC Fix Plus. And now I'm just gonna go with the makeup wipe and wipe off that lip balm. I used the Aqua 4 lip balm. It's definitely my favorite. I feel like it actually hydrates your lips and just gets rid of any dry skin on your lips. I'm gonna quickly line my lips. I'm just gonna use NYX London. Really any lip liner. So I'm going with the Smashbox Fair Game Liquid Lipstick. A little bit more warm on camera than it is in person, but I still love that liquid lipstick. It's a really good shade if you're fair and you're looking for a good nude. This is a really good one, and the Smashbox liquid lipsticks last all day long. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys like this video. Let me know how you like this makeup look, and if you're gonna recreate it in the comments down below. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.